you so much for your support to Navaratri series over the years. This year's Navaratri series begins with a very special person, somebody who is associated with my passion for MSMEs and who has gone way beyond what I have been doing to make an actual impact to MSMEs across the country and has been contributing at various levels in various forums and doing some amazing stuff. Thank you so much, madam, for taking out time and joining us today. So we will request you to introduce yourself because it's so much of thing that we need to look at it. So welcome Darshana ji and request you to share where your journey has started.
Thank you very much for inviting me to this Navaratri series, special series. This is, in India, we celebrate it as a Shakti, the days of the Shakti power, women power, rather, we can say. And thanks a lot. You are, doing such a great series for women leaders and for Shakti, empowering the Shakti in India during these Navaratri days. And I wish a happy Navaratri to all the, our people, Indian, and especially women who are source of energy, source of power, and the inner power within the woman, resilience, courage, and is commendable in all aspect of life. And we are celebrating this day or days of Navaratri in across India, especially in Gujarat. You can't say anything about the Navaratri. People are really, crazy about it. So, to start with my journey, from the childhood, I'm having a dream to become an engineer. I come from the, middle class family. We are six sibling, and I am the elder one. We are five sisters and younger brother. And I come from the small town of the Kheda district called as Kapadvanj. It is very near to Dapur. And my father was working in private firm, and my mother was, along with homemaking, she is doing lot of extra activity to raise all of us, to give all of us a good life. And today, whatever I am, that's because of my parent. They give us very best training and support and life. And later my husband, who was always with me during all ups and downs of the life. So I started my journey from the small town, and I'm at Vadodara, and very good life. And I can say people call me as a MSME specialist or MSME expert or activist, whatever you can say. So that's because of all the roots deep bound in the childhood by the parents. So I'm thankful to and heads up to them that they raise six children with moderate family income, and they give all of us a good education and good life and good sanskar, what we can say, that is most important for the life. So I become an engineer when I started my journey. So I passed out my engineering, electrical engineering, in 1993. So all family members, my mamas and all everybody. I am having four mamas and four masis. Everybody say proudly that Mari Bhani engineer say electrical engineer. And I was the first girl in the family to become an engineer. So it was a very graceful moment to become an engineer. But then after, the real challenge started after passing the engineering. Those days,
True.
for the companies to hire an engineer is a it's a rocket science that girl cannot work in the factory. And I choose the odd line. At that time, computer science was very, very limited seats, and there was no craze and like that. So I choose a traditional line of electrical engineering with aiming to work in the engineering company and so on. But to find a job, it was a real challenge to go on the moon like that. And
Thank you.
surprisingly, there on during that time there is no internet and no online application. I have to just apply physically by courier by seeing the advertisement in the newspaper. So one day I got a call. I stay at Kapadvan, and I got a call from the Ankleshwar. based company. And I was so happy. I have an interview call, and I'm confident I will get selected for this interview. And I travel almost 160 kilometers, and that too by bus for 5 hours from my hometown for the job interview. And the job interview was at Angleshwar in one hotel. I reached there by 1 o'clock, starting from 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I reached that afternoon 1 o'clock. After waiting for an hour, interviewer called me, and without any question, without any discussion, just said that, I'm so sorry. We call you by mistake, understanding that you are Mr. Darshan Thakkar, not you are Miss Darshan Thakkar. So it was, you know, I can't explain the sentence that you are calling the person to 160 kilometer away, and you do a mistake like Mr. And when he even try any asking me any question about my expertise, my knowledge, my skill set, nothing. Just, and we are so sorry for your trouble, and you can reimburse your transportation cost, and you give your bills of the bus, everything. So it was very amazing for me, and then I literally gave up that I it's very difficult to find a job. I tried my government job also. For example, that time it was GEB, Gujarat Electricity Board, and then BSNL and ISRO. But everywhere there are tremendous challenges, so I couldn't find anyone. Uh, Unfortunately, every time I was in the batch for the, sometimes the taste get cancel. Once I got to Banakbori for the written test of the Goa Electricity Board, electricity company. After reaching there, they declare that because of there is too much application, 1 lakh application for the 8 position, and so we are shortlist canceling this written test. We will retry. So that was a scenario, just an example for the girls to find a job in the industry. But fortunately, with my mamas, he's having his neighbor who is having a electrical manufacturing company, and he recommended. And fortunately, there were more number of girls were working as a technician and operator. So I find got a job with my mama's help, and then I started working in the industry. So these are the challenges. Nobody knows today that that kind of gender
True.
bias was there in that era.
Thank you so much for bringing this out because people don't realize that things were way different compared to just how it's
Today.
almost about 32 years now. 93 is almost 30 years behind us, but things really started and you had to find. So you started in proper electrical engineering, worked in the industry for many years. So after working in the industry, what basically brought you towards the MSMEs?
Yeah, a very good question. It's a really turning point for my life, actually. When I started working in electrical engineering company, I was handling whole unit, I can say. After few years, my company owners never visiting the company. Once a month, he visit the company, and when I ask him, "You just visit. Your people are asking for the company owner, uh, small company." So he said, "You are handling it in much pretty way. Then I don't need to interfere in your work, and you are managing it very well." So I was as good as a a unit head in that. A company is having other unit as well, but the whole unit was managed by me. Whole, at that time, the Konkan Railway was under development. Konkan Railway in the south. So all the electrical panels, we are into manufacturing of electrical panels and relays. So all the electrical panels, signal control panels, relays, everything was manufactured in our company with the subcontract by to ABB and other 2, 3 subsidiary companies. So whole project was made by me, and there was tremendous pressure, production planning, and over time. Many times there was a uh, some opening of the railway station by some minister, and panel was not ready. So we worked for almost 10 days till 10 p.m. at night. to complete the production. So eventually, I moved to electrical engineering, and then after almost 10-15 years, I switched to engineering. I wanted to learn hardcore engineering manufacturing industry. So I shifted to manufacturing industry, that is fabrication engineering, machinery building, and all that. In 2011-12, I find a job in Mitsubishi Group company at Vidyanagar. So they are into port can manufacturing. So there is a Japanese company, Mitsubishi, Anupam Mitsubishi Group company at Vidyanagar near Vadodara. So I was there I was working under the head operation and managing all the operational activity, planning, purchasing, production, and inventory and everything, including supply chain. So in 2015-16, they closed down the Indian operation. Not the Indian, but they closed down the vertical. Japanese people closed down the vertical, the whole port crane vertical, and they sold it to Sumitomo Japan. So they forced to close this India unit as well. So during that time, I was working with Japanese people. More than 100 Japanese were there, and I was so inspired by their working style. They are so ethical, committed to work. Their commitment to work, that means everything is second, first job, first nation. And there was deep root in myself as well. This our society, our nation, that spirit was there in me. So during that working, I was very closely working. There are two operation head, one Indian and one Japanese. So Mr. Yamamori-san was the Japanese operation head, and I was very closely working with him. And there are so many discrepancy in the inventory. Our Indian people are wasting tremendous material and without reporting. And so finally, when we were collecting all the wastes and reconciling all the material consumption, everything, costing that part. So he was so inspired that you are really working very dedicatedly for the company, and your country, especially your Indian MSME small company. We are having so many vendors who are working for us, outsourcing and with material, with labor job. So he said that your country and your MSME companies need people like you, who can guide them to make their operation proper. They are working haphazardly. They are smarter. They find a way to any problem, but not in a systematic way. They are, doing
Agree.
all the cola
Jugaad.
method, and so you help them to make their organization systematic, to make them work professionally, not like that, Lala company like that. So that was the first spark in my mind to go into this sector. Of course, I was thinking to do some business. I come from the, Lohana community, Thakkar. So in our community, most of the people are into business. Nobody, they don't like to work under anyone. And that was little bit there in me, but eventually I was in the career, and good career was there. So there is no courage to leave the good corporate job and start anything. There is a security, financial security, and other security as well. But as soon as I, grabbed this idea from, and then after leaving that job, I tried one job, but I was not satisfied. There was something in my mind. I don't want to work under anybody now. I have whatever required skill set I have, so I will invest my energy into this area. And then I started this, journey of transformation to support MSME to become professionally.
Amazing. So, can you share with us some of the examples of how you have helped companies?
Yes, 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 sure. In my country, there are many companies, MSMEs, they started 50, 60 years back. Still, I visited some company, I come in contact with some company, 50-year-old company, 60-year-old company. But the growth level is just to the inflation level.
True.
So, uh, by sitting with them, I understand, my concept of the supporting MSMEs, to listen, then analyze and evaluate, then co-create the scenario, and then execute and handhold them until they achieve their goal.
Yes.
That's why I'm working. So I understand from that that they are working, purely in a traditional way, like a shop. But after 2010, 12, 15, there was internet, there is this digital world are there. So there is a change in methodology of the working. But even when I started in 2017 this transformation, there are many companies who are not having a website.
True. Yes.
Rest of the things are different. And so I come across many companies. One of my first company, Himalaya Machinery, Mr. with whom I work earlier as an employee, and Mr. Shah, Rashmi Shah, he was the founder of the company. In 1989, he tried to, manufacture a windmill. He and his Parsi partner, before starting, I think before Suzlon came into picture.
Okay.
But they done some innovation, instead of three blade, they tried with two blade windmill. And as of now, also today in Upleta in Sauras, their windmills are working. But they couldn't make it to the grand level. Otherwise, Suzlon may not be there and they would be have been pioneer in the
True.
windmill. But because of the mindset and approach, conservative approach, I can say, or whatever the reason, I don't know the exact reason, but they need some changes. So then then I, and at later stage when I come with him in 2017, his son also joined the company. But there is a differences opinion between two generation. This is to be done, this is not to be done. About technology, trustworthiness, and so there are difference. उनका बेटा बोलता है कि I want to install a CCTV camera in the factory, and his father said no. We have to work on trust. We don't want to keep. So I was in the middle age and middle era. So I have to make a balance between father and son. That this is good, and his son says me that, "Ma'am, we please talk to Papa that this is requiring." Then I convince him, and then this that technology was working. So that was the scenario. Another case, when I come across one company, second generation was handling the company. First generation already retired, and the third generation came into picture, just came into picture. And what they are doing is they are managing the inventory, and they said that we are having tremendous problem of the supply chain. We don't find the material on the shop floor when we require. Then after some time, 6 months after, then we find that same material again. And at that time, that shelf life was exhausted, and then it was a loss. So there are many scenario in the factory, and the purchaser are not doing the timely purchase. These are the blame from the management that our purchaser are like that, store people are like that, production people are not doing the production on time. So these kind of blame games were going on. Then I done a due diligence, and then I diagnosed their system. And what they were doing is they are having register stock keeping in the full-scape book notebook in 2017-18 as well. Then next, purchase order. They were preparing purchase order in the pre-printed stationery with the carbon copy. Every time the purchaser has to place the order, write down with the pen and paper, and then they send it to. Uh, so these kind of scenarios there, and uh, the third generation young engineer who joined the company recently uh, said that, "Ma'am, uh, what is this ERP? ERP? I want to install this ERP in my company, but what is that and how it will help my company?" So, uh, but the old people are so resilient to change the thing. It was very difficult for me and for them as well to change the scene. Even their employee are also, old people.
True.
In some company, retired people are continuing with so they are also not ready to go with the computerized system.
Agree.
तो ऐसा सिनेरियो है. नेक्स्ट एक केस ऐसा है कि जहाँ पे ERP लगाना है, तो मतलब they want ERP something, but without asking anyone, they purchased the SAP and they installed. They invested 15 lakh rupees in the installing and training and everything for this SAP. Then the team was very old, and they are not so skilled people, so they couldn't cope up with the system. And of course, in every company, account people always says that we need a tally. There is a trademark for with the finance and accountable and CS. We don't want any ERP sorter. We want only tally. So after struggling 1.5 years, they dump that SAP system and then they come to me, ma'am, what we do now? I want some automation in my factory. I need a perfect solution for my company, but this was not suitable for me. Now you recommend me. So according to their company, I asked them, you need budgetary one also. You don't need to spend too much money in these, and you also have to consider your people's comfort zone. So
True.
accordingly, I then recommended them a software, and they adopted, and then now they are successfully running with them.
Amazing. So this generational trend, Darshanaji, what we are seeing right now, particularly the second generation, third generation, a lot of them are foreign educated. They come back with a huge expectation, right? Compared to that, the local mindset is very different, right? So
Yes,
how have you helped companies address this?
yes. This young generation are coming. You know what we are seeing nowadays by Gen Z in some countries like Nepal. They don't have the real life experience. People like us in the middle age have seen both the era, non-tech and tech. So we could find a balance in between. There is always balance required. No aggression on any side is good for the health of any business.
Yes.
Uh, but someday, few workers, when I was in a meeting with the management, then I come to with the team work and workers. Then the company implemented 5S system, and the CEO came from the foreign country, and there is tremendous AC, full AC environment is there in the foreign countries in the shop floor as well, and in we are having open floor. Even we don't have proper roof on the shed, half roof and like that. And the CEO says, why you are not following? He implemented IS 5 years with lot of investing, lot of money and for the betterment of the product, but the worker are not able to manage it properly because we don't have such environment. So we have to find a balance in between. So they
Very
complain
well
to me
said.
that, madam, every day sir says इस पे डस्ट क्यों पड़ा है, इस पे ये क्यों है. So हमारे यहाँ तो डस्ट आने ही वाला है. We so and then and managing that thing, we are losing the productivity. Production are getting delays, and the same worker who is operating the machine have to clean the machine, clean the product as well. So productivity is definitely affecting. We are having very least automation. So
True.
somewhere the expectation of this young generation is like a foreign country, but we don't have the facility like the foreign country. We don't have the culture like the foreign country. uh, Even labor cost is also very cheap compared to the other. Automation is, there is no automation at all. We are expecting them to do the hand grinding, and then we are expecting them to do the dusting as well at the same time with the same productivity. So so we have to find a balance, and there is when I can't say I invented, but I'm just practicing the lean, SME lean, what I can say, or lean, but with different approach that is acceptable by our people.
Okay.
Our greatest asset is our people. Without people, we cannot do
Yes.
anything. So
True.
the whatever the system approach should be in line with capability and skill set of our people.
Very well said. Yes. Just taking the system for the sake of it doesn't really work. Just because
Yes,
you're
yes,
putting the best system in the world, it doesn't mean that it's going to give you the result unless your
yes,
people are equipped to use it.
yes. We have to consider the people's organization culture as well. Every organization having different culture. Even maybe in Maharashtra or Gujarat or South India, every state is having different working culture. So we
True.
have to establish any system in line with the culture. Drastic change is not acceptable by any human being. So step by step, continual improvement is should be part of it.
Agree. Amazing. So, tell us something about your current endeavors, where all you are currently engaging, what are the things. So, we know that you are there on multiple forums. You are also promoting the women entrepreneurship in a big way. So, give us some insights on your initiatives around women entrepreneurship.
Yes. Uh, During my journey, I come across some. I was in one training program for the entrepreneurship that was run by government of Gujarat, and I am panel trainer and mentor and jury member for the CED, that is Center for Entrepreneurship Development. This Gujarat government body. So I was in 2019. I was in one town, small town, wherein almost 90% participant were women and tribal women.
Okay.
So when I asked them, please share your name and what are you doing. So the women are not able to speak their name, and they are hesitant that we are from tribal area, and uh, don't people don't touch us like that. So I realized that in urban area we are having very pretty good picture about the woman empowerment, but in the rural there is all different, altogether different story.
True.
So one woman was very good cook. She said, I am cooking and I am trying to open some restaurant kind of thing and tiffin service, but people don't eat from me because I am from the tribal caste. So it was touching story for me, and then I realized that I need to do something to support the woman, at least in the unprivileged woman who need some support, guidance, and motivation, especially. So
True.
during that one day, so that all the women were so, I touched their heart basically, and they call me that, ma'am, please again and again you come to our town and just guide us and help us. So from that day, I never stopped, and I started working for the women entrepreneurship on different platforms. And about the startup and MSME also, our youngsters are very enthusiastic in the business, in innovation, but they
True.
don't have practical approach, feasibility. They are over ambitious.
True.
They don't know budgetary things. They invest all the initial money. If they get funding and loan, they invest all the money in the beginning only. They don't think about the working capital and
Agree.
liquidity. So I started working on that front as well. People are started calling me as an expert mentor and as a jury for such kind of competition. So I started that also. So I'm that is not a source of revenue. Source of revenue is just consulting into MSME. Most of the work for the startup I am doing as a mentor or as a jury, all is honorary. And even for the women entrepreneurship also, I am doing honorary work in my base capacity to support them. At least it will be, I will be happy if even a one person will catch his life goal because of me, by inspiring by me. So it will give me a satisfaction. It is giving me a satisfaction level to support the other people. So that way I am working in this way. And now I understand that the MSMEs are, backbone of the Indian economy. They are contributing tremendously, but because they are unorganized, they are not operating in a systematic way. They are not adopting technology. So I'm having very. I work my whole life in the MSME companies only. So I always believe that if these businesses are supported properly, then they can uh, contribute very largely in our GDP and our nation building. And nowadays there is a right time to this is a challenge come to our country and our especially our MSMEs. So but the main thing is technology adoption, and I think after COVID era, the resistance has reduced about the technology. But still, as far as business is concerned, technology adoption is very less.
I completely agree with you. I have one final question. I am right now looking at a lot of companies who want to go look at going abroad, right? They want to explore global market, and you just brought in a point that looking at the current global situation, there's a tremendous opportunities for Indian companies to go abroad and explore different markets also. How can you help them prepare for these markets?
Very good question. You know why our products, some products are consumer products are going in other country, but as far as technical products are concerned, we are facing challenges. First and foremost challenge is the quality of the product, right?
Yes.
Second challenge is timely delivery. Our SME companies are not providing timely delivery. They are always having excuses to delay the shipment. This is an even international market. Time is a very particular thing they are, and even
Yes.
transit time is there 20 days, 30 days, and so in that case you have to be very particular in timing. So to improve this both the thing, you need technology adoption, you need automation, right? And uh, after that, costing, you have to become competitive.
Yes.
Our SME, as I mentioned in the one case, they are having manual inventory management. So their inventory management costing is tremendous high, wastage is tremendous high. So to become a globally competitive, for the company to become a globally competitive or to become an exporter, first criteria is quality, cost, and timely delivery. If you achieve this challenge, market is open. If you get the order and you are not able to supply with the quality required or with in time delivery, then there is no meaning. So, as a MSME expert, we help company to become a globally competitive, to become ready to export. So we help them to make their operations systematic, to improve their quality, to adopt the technology, appropriate technology. Technology are there. Every company, every tech company comes in the with you, and then they say that our product is good, our product is good. But for particular company who need a technology for their requirement, which product or solution is optimal, that is most important. So I help them to choose the optimal solution in their budget. And of course, additionally, I guide them that with adopting this technology, what will be the return on investment, what are the benefits they get from the government. That will also help them to improve the quality and to achieve the production target and deliverable date for the company. So then only, and of course, to become a globally competitive. So this way we help companies to become a global company.
Thank you so much, Darshanaji, for your time. I know that you are going through a huge challenge. It has been absolute privilege for me to have you join me today. Thank you so much for taking out time. I believe that this Navaratri could not have started on a better note. Thank you so much. I know that you are the Shakti personified. We are seeing this. I have seen you in action, and I have seen the whole energy that you bring around whenever you are there. May this energy continue throughout this series, and may this energy continue to guide you and impact many more MSMEs in the days to come. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to connect and interact with the MSME. I hope my small tips, my cases, examples will definitely impact some company, and they will get inspired to transform their organization, transform their business. I hope, and I hope Bhuvan also in our country during this Shakti festival get more and more energy, and they will also get uplifted in their entrepreneurship journey, and may become successful, and wish all of the people in our country, dynamic people, a happy Navaratri and best wishes for their success.
Thank you.